the way. Next, I want to introduce Caleb Maupin. Caleb is here with the Center for Political Innovation. CPI has been an early and unwavering supporter of the Uhuru 3, taking this case out to the world and speaking out and building support in the most active way. So I want to introduce Caleb. Uhuru.
Speaking behalf on the Center for Political Innovation, I want to make clear, at risk of sounding like I'm using the language of a criminal prosecutor, about why we're really here today. We are here because of the failure, the consistent failure of the Democrat Party. In 2016, the Democrat Party nominated Hillary Clinton, an awful, unpopular candidate who didn't even bother to visit Wisconsin. And rather than take responsibility for their failure, they beat the drum of Russia, Russia, Russia for 4 years. And it all amounted to nothing. And here in the Tampa Bay area, St. Petersburg, Florida, and in St. Louis, Missouri, we have seen the failure of the Democrat Party, the failure to address the needs of the African people who live in these cities. And rather than address their failure and change their policy, and rather than take responsibility, they have decided to beat this drum of Russia, Russia, Russia once again. Rather than persecuting Chairman O'Malley, they should be studying what Chairman O'Malley has achieved. Rather than persecuting the African People's Socialist Party and the Uhuru movement, they should be looking into what they have done to improve the lives of the people in these cities, studying these policies, and if they want to win, that's what they should be doing, not playing these silly games about Russia. I also want to say to those who are watching this that, with all due respect to our colleagues in the media, we have a lot of dishonest mainstream media in the United States. And one thing that mainstream media will often do is they'll focus on words, trigger words that people have a response to. And around this case, they may focus on words like socialist, words like Russia, words like African. But I urge honest listeners who love their country to think past those words and think past trigger words. Because at this point, there's a lot more on trial than just these 3 defendants. The Constitution of the United States is on trial. Freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom to travel, freedom of the press is on trial in this case. There's a reason that there's been such a wide variety of forces that have spoken up in support of the Uhuru 3. There's a reason Tucker Carlson has spoken out on this case, definitely not a socialist. There's a reason Joe Rogan has spoken up about this case. This is a very serious case in which the ability of Americans to oppose war, the ability of Americans to speak their minds and to travel around the world and associate with whomever they want is on trial. So I urge everyone who's watching this case to look into the details and understand how dangerous it is to the American people and our freedom, and understand that what is happening with the continued abuse of the Foreign Agents Registration Act must be opposed and must be stopped in every way. We must stand for our freedoms. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Caleb. Next up, I want to introduce Compa